Ronnie Laborassi here, standing in for Neil at the Australian Music Show. We'll be here till 10 o'clock, and there's various very famous Australian music identities in tonight to share with us their love of Australian music. You just heard Powderfinger. We're very proud, very awed to have in the studio tonight Mr. Bernard Fanning.
Good evening, Ron.
Bernard, I have a reputation for asking the hard questions, so I just want to scotch the misogynist rumours. I've been seeing you on the recent Australian government advertising with the anti-violence against women, and your line, "I beat her and that's okay," I think has been misinterpreted. Bernard, sorry.
Well, look, Ron, I find that question is a little too close to the bone. You know, I mean, okay, I have been guilty of domestic violence on several occasions, but I think that, you know, like politics and sport shouldn't mix. I think, you know, rock music and several counts of grievous bodily harm don't, you know, I don't think you should be bringing it into it. I want to talk about the music.
No, I can see your point there. Look, on a completely unrelated topic, Wayne Carey, you've been hanging around with Wayne Carey and attending the Wayne Carey Bernard Fanning Memorial Men's Group. Apparently you're launching that men's group where men get in touch with their aggressive natures, because Wayne's a person who is too sensitive. And now I'm wondering, to join that Fanning Carey men's group, just exactly how disturbed does a man have to be?
Well, you know, people sort of think that I'm a rotten Nancy boy, but really I have an inner strength which comes from the fact that I was locked in a cupboard by my parents from the age of 4, and they fed me through a keyhole, and you know, I didn't emerge until I was 17, and that's why, you know, people like Wayne, who have a long history of abuse, they can relate to me, and I think I'm able to help him with his problems.
And yet, completely contradictorily, you've often complained about how nice people see yourself and your band to be. Like Powderfinger are the all-round good guys of Oz Rock, aren't they? I mean, if we put aside, and I agree, let's talk about the music, if we put aside the domestic violence, you are basically a bunch of really good guys and you're all friends. Now, what's wrong with being seen in that light?
Well, I'm sick of it, Ron. I'm just absolutely sick to the back teeth of this business, of what nice guys we are. You know, people have been saying that we've got a lot of breaks in the music industry because we're really nice and everything. And, you know, I'm out the back spit roasting with the best of them. And I never get any credit for that, you know.
The Fanning
I'm
Carey...
a down-and-out racist. And, you know, where are the kudos, as it were, for that? You know, nice guy, schmice guy, I say, like fair income.
All right, look, Bernard, this has gone on too long, like many of your albums. There's just two things we've got to say to the listeners. First of all, the Fanning Carey Spit Roast night will be on. It's for family night, I think, Bernard.
Yes, that's right. We're having the the frozen chicken 10-pin bowling. And a mixed grill raffle.
And a spit roast after for the men and
That's
some
correct.
of the selected females. Only the ones that enjoy it. They mightn't enjoy it at the start, but they'll enjoy it by the end, I think, Bernard.
Well, that's right. And, you know, of course, as I've said many a time on, you know, if you read between the lines of my lyrics, the woman's place is in the home. That's really what Powderfinger's all about.
You really are quite dull. Listeners, coming up next is someone who I think, rather like Bernard, has been misinterpreted. This man is a beer-swelling truckie from Wagga. You know, there has been 3 times in his life when he ordered a vegetarian meal, and on all 3 occasions he asked for an animal to be slaughtered just out of principle. The man smokes like a chimney, drinks like a fish, and doesn't like faggots. And obviously I think all Triple R listeners know that we're talking about the John Butler Trio. Ooh, ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh, ah, ah.
Good evening, listeners. Humphrey B. Flaubert here. That was Kidney Stones by the John Butler Trio. This is the show that brings you the absolute A-list of Australian rock, and I'm very, very, very proud to have the eponymous John Butler from the...
Wait! What are you calling me, mate?
Eponymous, John. It's like the John Butler Trio album, the John Butler Trio.
Johnny will do, mate.
Now, John...
Johnny will do,
Johnny,
mate.
Johnny.
Yeah.
You know, I'm absolutely blown away by your new album.
Jesus,
I think
just
that
don't bloody ask me how many members in the John Butler Trio. Bloody Patrick Donovan from The Age asked me that, and I had to bloody talk to the manager. How many guys in my stinking band? A couple of vegetarians. I've got to wear this bloody rope head. Do you think that's fun? Wearing this rope head on my head with all the nits and the muck coming out? I don't want to have this. I would prefer, you know, a good Aussie short back and sides. But the manager says, have the rope head and you got to eat the lentils, vegetarian only. Jesus Christ, sometimes I think if it's worth it.
Now, John, you know, your music has been described as a return to the rootsy down homeness of early Australian rock bands such as Chain and Home and Carson, but yet with a haunting modern postmodernist, a soupçon of postmodernism. How do you react to that assertion?
Don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, let me put it another way. You know, there are traces in your music of Aeolian cadence, and your reference to some of the Delta bluesmen certainly shows a fondness for the Chicago style. Your bottleneck playing certainly moves in fifths and diminished sevenths in such a way, I think, that brings the listener to a new plane of consciousness.
What the fuck am I doing here? Could someone bring me a pie? I'm dying for some meat. Some raw meat. That's what I want, you eponymous bloody Nancy boy. I want, you know, John Butler Trio, the new album, you know what it's going to be? Cold chisel covers, mate. Cold chisel covers, vodka, and you know what it's going to be called? Meat is murder. I love it.
And do you refute the claim that your slightly sort of shark-toothed look is from filleting major record company executives?
No, that's true.
Well, with that, I think we better move on to our next track. This is from the Neighbours Christmas album. This song is called Interstellar Overdrive.